Hi class, in this video we're going to learn how to use the point slope form of a line. So I'd like you to go ahead and write down this formula here, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. This diagram also has labeled for you that the slope is m, just like we're used to, and then the coordinate x1, y1 would be just any other point on the line. Okay, now sometimes, this is the way our book does it, although our book doesn't do a whole lot of examples like this, sometimes people will also write this as, instead of using x1, y1, I realized I didn't put the little 1 on the x there, x1, y1. Some people will also write this as HK, as like the generic label for the extra point that you use for this. So you might also see this formula written as y minus k equals m times x minus h. They're both exactly the same. It's just two different ways of explaining it. And just to kind of center us here, I know this looks really weird and strange. This is just the third of our methods. So we have slope-intercept, and that's the one we started off with first and the one that we use the most often, slope-intercept, which is y equals mx plus b. And then we have standard, which is ax plus by equals c. And now we have this point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now, why do we need this third version? One reason why it might be helpful is if the y-intercept is kind of an ugly number, but it's otherwise a perfectly nice equation. So let's take this example right here. So we're going to write an equation for this line using point slope form. So go ahead and we're going to copy down that formula again. Y minus y1 equals m times, in parentheses, x minus x1. And now we're going to identify what's our m and then what's our point. So let's look at our graph. Our m here, I could do a slope formula, but it's so nice on this graph here. It looks like this is 3 and that's 2. Everything's scaled by 1. Nothing's weird. My m is 2/3. And then my point here, my x1, y1, I can pick either one. It doesn't matter. That's the beauty of point slope form, is you can pick any point you want. So I'm going to pick 1, 4. Because this point right here is 1, 4. And I could very easily have picked the other point, -2, 2. Or for that matter, I could have picked any other point that was on this line, although those are the only two that look nice on this graph. You want to make sure it's a lattice point that you pick, something that has nice integer coordinates, ideally. Okay, so then I just plug those numbers into my equation. So I'm going to say that y minus, and remember I'm picking this one right here, that's what I'm going to decide to use. So I'm going to do y minus, and then that 1 is my x, so my 4 is my y, so y minus 4 equals, and then my slope is 2/3 times, and then x minus 1. Beautiful. Now notice that this is a -4 and a -1, even though my original coordinate point was a +1, +4. And that minus is important in that equation, and might get a little bit confusing when we're working backwards and having to write or draw the rule based on the graph. So just think about that. All right, so now I want you to try it again, but this time I'm giving you a table instead of a graph. So I want you to try and write this in point slope form, and then press play and we'll check and see if you're right. right? So you want to start by finding your slope. Wasn't quite as easy on this one, so you're going to have to actually do some math there. And then also a y1 and an x1. So I'm going to do this using, remember, this is x, this is y. So I'm going to say that this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So then I have 25 minus 15 over 5 minus 3, because these points in the table could just very well be coordinate values, right? This is just 3, 15. So then that would give me 10 over 2, which is 5. So my m is 5, and then I just need to pick any one of these points to be my x1, y1. So I'll stick with the first one. I'll use 3 for my x1 and 15 for my y1. The only requirement here is that they are coming from the same row, right? If I want 3 to be my x1, then 15 has to be my y1. I can't like mix and match. So that means my equation is going to be y minus 15 equals 5 times x minus 3. Double check that, make sure that's what you got as well. All right, so now, what if we're doing this backwards? What if I give you the equation and I asked you to draw the line? Okay, so I still recommend that you break this out first to pull out your slope and to pull out your point before you actually graph, because it can get a little bit confusing sometimes. So our slope for the first one, our rule is y minus 2 equals 2 times x minus 3. So our slope there is 2. And then our x1, y1, our coordinate, well, this one has minuses, but minuses are fine, right? That was part of the original equation. So that means my point is going to be 3, 2. All right, so now that I know those things, I'm going to start by plotting my point, just like I would plot the y-intercept if this were in slope-intercept form. So I'll go to 2, 3, and plot my point, and then my slope is 2. So I'm going to go up 2 over 1. Ran out of space, so I'll go backwards using the same trend, and then I'll try my best to draw a reasonable line through those. Could be worse. Does that make sense? Okay, now let's try the other one. So take a moment, decide what the slope is, decide what the coordinate point is, and try and graph it. You should be able to add it on to the same graph you made for the last one. They should both fit. All right, so m equals -2. That's pretty straightforward. But the point here, I'm trying to trick you on the point. I mean, not really, but I want to make sure we see this. So x1, y1. My y1 value is 4, but my x value, it's x plus 3. In order for that to have turned into a plus, it must have been a minus before, right? It must have been like x minus -3 in order for that to end up as a positive. So that means that my value is going to be -3, 4. Take a solid moment and think about that. This is not an easy part of this. Just like mentally picturing through what must be happening there, because everything's opposite, right? Because in the original formula, it was x minus x1, and that just like messes everything up. So take your time, make sure you understand that, rethink about it, rewatch some stuff, do what you need to do. Okay, once you got it, we're going to plot that point, -3, 4, and then we're going to do our slope of -2 this time, down 2 over 1. All the way across, and then another sort of wobbly line. Beautiful. All right, so on our next example, I first want us just to practice pulling out the slope and the point, like we did on the last one. And then I want us to rewrite it into y equals mx plus b form, because sometimes that's useful, okay? So what's our slope here? Go ahead and pause, figure these things out, and then maybe see if you can just figure it out. What is this in y equals mx plus b form? Try it on your own. Did you decide that m is -1/3? Did you decide that your coordinate point is a positive 6 and a negative 1, because it must be x minus a positive 6 and then y minus a negative 1 to end up with y plus 1. And then to solve here, I'm going to rewrite my original equation, and I'm just going to solve for y. So y plus 1 equals negative 1/3 x minus 6. And I'm going to solve for y. Well, first thing I need to do is deal with these parentheses here. And I'm going to do that using the distributor property that hopefully you remember from last year. So I'm going to multiply. That gives me negative 1/3 x. And then a negative 1/3 times a negative 6 will give me a plus 2, because 1/3 of 6 is 2. And that equals y plus 1. And now I subtract 1 from both sides, and I get y equals negative 1/3 x plus 1. So in y equals mx plus b form, this would be y equals negative 1/3 x plus 1. So this is one that actually worked really nice in slope-intercept form. That doesn't always happen. All right, for your practice problem today, we're going back to our skill from the beginning of the video. I want you to write the equation of the line in point-slope form through the points -4, 3 and -5, 7. Sorry, those ended up on separate lines. That's kind of weird, huh? -4, 3 and -5, 7. Find the equation in point-slope form. I'll check this when you submit it into Canvas.